Morning everybody, Antoinette here again. Today I'm going to show how to make animals or insects or whatever you want to make with the alphabet. But today I'm using from A to L. In my next video I will show the rest of the alphabet. But today we're going to work with what I show you today. Like I said, we're going to start with these little creatures. It's very easy, really not difficult. You don't have to be artistic to do this. It's for adults, for kids, for anyone. This is just an easy way to show you how to draw if you can't draw. So let us start. We're going to do Mr. Penguin. Now let us start with the A. This is how I do my A for my name. But you can do anything what you want. Okay, now you're going to close it. And you give it feet and feet, and then you give it a beak because it has a beak, and then little eyes, and of course it's fins because a penguin must have fins to swim. And then the body, and there you have your Mr. Penguin. And Mr. Penguin, I used black and orange with little grey Posca pens. I used Posca pens, but you can use any pencil, paint, whatever you have. If you don't have, don't go and buy what you don't have. Just use what you have at the moment. And if you don't have paint, just leave it like it is and paint it later. Okay, so next, the B. B will be a koala bear. How do we make a bee into a bear? Let me show you. Okay, you make your bee, but you do it lightly because as this is a pencil, we're not going to do it too hard. We use a pencil and we erase what we need. So there's your bee, and then you just close it, and you close it. And then you just erase, and erase. And then you see, okay, now he needs legs. So there's his leg there. And then his back leg there, and then you just close it there for his stomach, and again you erase that part because if you're going to color it in, it will fade away, so you won't see it. And there where that part shows, you just take the tree. That will be your tree line. Okay, and then you're gonna make his ears and another ear. Again, erase that part because that's just your draw line. Then you give it detail and detail, and he needs a face. So there's his little eyes, there's his little snout, and there's his little mouth. And when that is done, you just finish your tree. So you finish your drawing, and there is your koala bear sitting in the tree and made with a bee. And if you want to color it in, I used brown, grey and yellow with a little bit of black. But as I said, you can use any color, any style, and you can also use any medium. Posca pens I used, pencils is welcome, paint is welcome, depends on you. Okay, next is the letter C. How are you going to make octopus? We're going to octopus with a C. So here is your C. But you're going to close it and make a circle. And then you give it a face. As I said in my previous videos, I like to make cartoony characters. So he has a happy smile. And then you give it legs because an octopus needs to swim in the sea. So there you go. You just give it some legs. And there you have an octopus. And I've made it pink, but you can make it any color what you want. That is your octopus. Okay, that was the C. Now let us make the D. And we're going to make a bunny with the D. Now how do you make a bunny with the D? This is my D. And then I'm going to give it legs and feet. There's the other feet. And again, as I said, you just erase that part because you're gonna color it, you're gonna not see it, and then you make the feet like this and give it ears. So you do this and you give another ear like this, and again you erase that part because you're gonna give it detail. So there's the one ear and there's the other ear. And then he needs a face. There's his little eyes, his little snout, there's his little mouth, and the bunny needs teeth. And of course he needs a paw, but what does he need? A tail. There's his little tail. And the bunny needs whiskers. And there's your little bunny with a D. Of course, I used yellow and orange for the little detail. There you go, the D. Next, Mr. Elephant. Mr. Elephant is a bit more work because the E is showing you how to make your elephant. Now let us begin. Here is your E. And now I'm going to start with the head. The head, I'm just taking up like this. Use the middle part of the E to the top. And then you're going to do this and lengthen that part for the leg. And then you give him a stomach and lengthen that part for the other leg. But he doesn't have 2 legs, does he? He needs more. So there's the other leg and the other one. There's the stomach and then the other leg. But the leg needs toes. So there is the toes and the toes and the hind toes. And of course he's not finished yet because he needs detail. So we just take that out and we just take that out. And now he needs some ears. So there is his ears. Give him a bit more detail and he needs another ear. And of course an eye because he must see where he goes. And you close the snout. And when that is done, the back. He needs detail at the back. So what you just do is give him a round body. And again, you erase that part. And then he needs a tail. And there is your elephant. All done. And when you're done, you want to color it in. I made mine with grey and black eye. And there's the E for elephant. Okay, next. Now we're going to do a dolphin with an F. Now the letter F, I make my F like this. You can use whatever you like or whatever you do. It's just for me easier when I draw. Okay, so then let's lengthen it there for the beak. And we go to there and then we add the fin. And we add the fin. And we need to lengthen the body using the F, and we finish it here with the swimming part, and that's the fins. And you erase what's needed to make it nice, and then detail and more detail, and he needs an eye, and then of course his beak. And there you have your dolphin. I used blue, dark blue and light blue. Then you have your dolphin. Okay, then the next one is G. And we're going to make a turtle with G. And how do you do a G turtle? Easy. There's your G. And what you're going to do, you give it a head and you give it feet. And then it needs detail. So what you do then is you do this and this. And you make a diamond shape. And you just connect the dots. All the lines, you give it eyes and you give it a tail. And there you have your turtle with the letter G. And of course green with brown, but any color, anyway, any medium. Okay, then we're going to make butterfly. Butterfly with an H. And how do you make a butterfly with an H? Just a slender H. You connect it at the back, at the top. Then you give it a head. And then his eyes. And then antenna. And then a butterfly need wings. So you connect it there, just like this, but you can make your wings any type, any way you want. And then you just give it detail. It's your butterfly, and you make his detail in his body. And there you have your butterfly, and I used red, pink and orange and yellow, and I combined it and then blended over with the Posca pens. Again, you can use anything you want, so you used an H for your butterfly. The ladybug. And how do you do a ladybug? Easy peasy. First you do the eye like this, and then you just connect the eye for the body. Then you give it a head, and then antennae, a bit of detail, because it's a ladybug. And of course it needs the legs. And then you have your eye ladybug, and I used red and black to color it in. Next, J. I'm going to use a J to make Mr. Jellyfish. And how do I do that? Here is J. There is his head. Give it a cartoony face because he's a happy jellyfish. Give him legs. And we just close it because he's swimming with his legs in the sea. And there is J, jellyfish, and I made blue Posca pens. Okay. And now you're going to make Mr. Frog. And how do you make a frog? You use a K. So lightly you do the K, and then you make a type of a circle, and then on the other side as well a K. That's mirrored. Then you make the eyes because Mr. Frog must see where he goes, and the smile. And he's a happy frog because he's sitting, he had his food, now he's relaxed. And then you make his feet like this, and you give him a stomach because he ate and he's happy. And there is your Mr. Frog, and I made it with green and brown with black. And the last one is the hen. And how did I make a hen? With the L. And this is how you did it. Yes, your L. You give your hen a head that you connect there, and then you give her a beak and an eye, and you give a detail on her head and under her beak, and then you give her a body and feathers. And of course a hen needs some feet. And there's your hen with an L, yellow and red with a bit of black detail. And I hope you enjoyed what I showed you today. Please share with me information or whatever you want. If you want to see something else, let me know. Just enjoy and have fun. Thank you very much. Bye bye.